जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रज जन रंजना जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। बोली हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 Invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Shri Gurum Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। भगवद गीता चैप्टर 2 वर्ष नंबर 41। Chapter title is Content of the Gita summarized. So please have your book with you. If someone can share, I don't know how to do it here. So that will be good also. 241 व्यवसायात्मिकाः बुद्धिर्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकः कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखाह्यनन्ताश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्तश्च
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिरेकेह
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
बुद्धिरेकेह कुरु नन्दन एकेह कुरु
एकेः कुरु नन्दनः
बहुशाखा हि अनन्ताश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्ताश्च
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखा हि अनन्ताश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्तश्च
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
Anyone want to repeat? Yes,
Thank you, Prabhu. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर्
व्यवसायात्मिका
बुद्धिर् एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखाः अनन्ताश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्ताश्च
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
भाषयनाम् व्यवसायात्मिक बुद्धि
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखाः अनन्तश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्ताश्च
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखा हि अनन्तश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्ताश्च
बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि
व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
एकेह कुरु नन्दन
बहुशाखाह्यनन्ताश्च
बहुशाखाः अनन्ताश्च
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम्
बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम् Word by word translation meaning. So, Vyavasayatmika, resolute in Krishna consciousness. Resolute in Krishna consciousness.
Vyavasayatmika, resolute in Krishna consciousness.
Buddhi, intelligence.
Buddhi, intelligence.
Eka, only one.
Eka, only one.
Iha, in this world.
Iha, in this world.
Kuru Nandan, O beloved child of Kurus.
Guru Nandana, O beloved child of the Kurus.
Bahusakha, having various branches.
Bahusakha, having various branches.
He indeed.
He indeed.
Anantaha, unlimited.
Anantaha, unlimited.
Cha, also.
Cha, also.
Buddhayah, intelligence.
Buddhaya, intelligence.
Avyavasayinam, of those who are not in Krishna consciousness.
Avyavasayinam, those who are not in Krishna consciousness.
Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute in many branches. One more time. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute in many branched purpose, a strong faith that by Krishna consciousness one will be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 2262 states Shraddha Sabde Vishwas Kahe Srudrida Nischaya Krishna Bhakti Kele Sarva Karma Krita Haya. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not act in relationship to the material world with obligations to family, traditions, humanities, or nationality. Fruitive activities are the engagements of one's reaction from past good and bad deeds. When one is awake in Krishna consciousness, he need no longer endeavor for good results in his activities. When one is situated in Krishna consciousness, all activities are on the absolute plane, for they are no longer subject to dualities like good and bad. The highest perfection of Krishna consciousness is renunciation of the material conception of life. This state is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness. The resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness is based on knowledge. Vasudeve Sarvam iti sa Mahatma Sudulabha. A person in Krishna consciousness is the rare good soul who knows perfectly what Vasudeva or Krishna in the root of all manifested causes. As by watering the root of a tree, one automatically distributes water to the leaves and branches. So, by acting in Krishna consciousness, one can render the highest service to everyone, namely self, family, society, country, humanity, etc. If Krishna is satisfied by one's action, then everyone will be satisfied. Service in Krishna consciousness is, however, best practiced under the able guidance of a spiritual master who is a bona fide representative of Krishna, who knows the nature of the student and who can guide him to act in Krishna consciousness. Is such to be well versed in Krishna consciousness, one has to act formally and obey the representative of Krishna, and one should accept the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur instructs us in his famous prayers for the spiritual master as follow: Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, Yasya prasadhan nagati kuto api, dhyayantu vantasya yasastri sanyam vande guru sri charanaravindam. By satisfaction of the spiritual master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes satisfied. And by not satisfying the spiritual master, one is there is no chance of being promoted to the plane of Krishna consciousness. I should therefore meditate and pray for His mercy 3 times a day and offer my respectful obeisances unto Him, my spiritual master. The whole process, however, depends on perfect knowledge of the soul beyond the conception of the body, not theoretically but practically. When there is no longer a chance for sense gratification manifests in fruitive activities, one who is not formally fixed in mind in diverted by in mind is diverted by various types of fruitive acts. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chachurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Srilupa Swami Niti Namine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschatya Desatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are in chapter 2, section fourth section, Niskam Karma Yoga section. So in Bhagavad-Gita chapter 1, Arjun gives the 5 reasons due to his compassionate nature or devotee nature, and then also loss for enjoyment, and then fear of the sinful reactions and destructions of the family traditions, and also he was undecided. So these were the reason. And then Krishna asked in the second chapter, why all those problems? Do you think these are the problem? And he started speaking, and he goes that you have to fight it, and he goes the jnana sections, starting the sections of the soul, and there is no lamentation for that. We are not the body, we are the soul. And then he goes from section 3, karma kanda basis. You should fight based on the karma kanda section. You have to act according to your own swadharma. If you will follow your own swadharma, then either you will be winner or you will be loser. It doesn't matter. You will achieve the heavenly planets. You will be elevated to the higher, in other sense. And then section 4 is apply the Buddhi Yoga. So we are in the Buddhi Yoga section. It means to perform your duty without any attachment. Karma, do your karma based on the knowledge. And then you will be detached from the fruit of work. And then from 254 to the last section, it is called Sthiti Pragya or Samadhi, fight with the fixed way. That is the message from the Lord Krishna. So, if you will summarize in other sense, then Krishna decided in beginning of the section, means chapter, to speak and motivate Arjun to fight, because Krishna is Arjun is thinking, I should leave the battlefield, and then I should go and as a beg or directly go to the jungle, and that's why Lord Krishna has started speaking to motivate Arjun to fight. And then he is giving the what kind of strategy he used. He is using the philosophy of the jnana, and then the principles involve that knowledge of the soul, and then he dispels Arjuna's material compassion and lamentation based on the bodily conceptions, because he's thinking my people will be dying and then he will incur the sin and all those things. So he's talking based on the immortality of the soul. And then also he's applying the in the second next sections, means you do the karma kanda sections. So that is the philosophy he used in other sense. That principle involve that you will gain, then you will get the higher enjoyment, and then avoid the miserly, means misery, because if you will not follow your prescribed duty, then you will be living life in a hellish condition of life. In other sense, you will incur the sin, and then also infamy will arrive. So this is a mundane principles and has no spiritual value, because you will be entangled in this material world. The section that has been described in other sense also it can be said. And then section next one is the applying the strategy of the Niskama Karma Yoga or Buddhi Yoga in other sense. So that goes from 39 to 53. And principles is involved here, detached work based on the jnana, based on the knowledge of the soul and relation with the Krishna. This knowledge was explained in the sections 2, jnana sections. And then detached from the calculation of the environment, and also measures that is suggested in that karma kanda sections 31 to 38. Means, so I'm not applying the swadharma, you have to apply the swadharma in other sense. Being a kshatriya, according to your guna, you have to fight for that. And this principle involves practical application of the knowledge of the constitutional position of the soul also. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. So you have to follow the principles, and that's why Srila Prabhupada he is given in the commentary on a very higher level. And he is motivating that it has to be done for the pleasure of the Krishna. So in 39 text, Krishna he says, thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I have explained it in terms of working without fruitive results. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works. means will be karma free in other sense. And then he is saying that in those who are on this path, there is no loss, means in this endeavor, or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Trayate mato bhaya. And the theme was that characteristic of the Buddhi Yoga, there is no loss or diminution in this endeavor. A little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous things, type of fears in other sense. So that opens the road for the next verse, means which we are on this sections 241. Those who are on this path, means Niskam Karma Yoga path in one sense, but Srila Prabhupada has mentioned completely to the Bhakti. And their aim is on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. And then the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branches. So their intelligence is here, there, and so many places. But those who are on this path, their intelligence is one. ये blue वाली book. Next, yeah, that one. So that's what Lord Krishna is saying. He's saying, apply Buddhi Yoga. And that way, if you will apply the Buddhi Yoga, then you will not incur the sin and you will be karma free. So there are 2 points here. Resolute determination in Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness, and intelligence of those who are irresolute in different many branches. That is the main theme here. It has been described. Actually, I am looking what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying on this matter. How he has given the translation. Resolute intelligence is only one in this purpose, O son of Kurus. The intelligence of those who are irresolute has many branches of action and unlimited desires. So he has given action and unlimited desires. So their desire is unlimited. And those who are on this path, their desire is only one, to please the Krishna in other sense. Moreover, among all type of intelligence, that intelligence connected on Buddhi Yoga is the best. Resolute intelligence fixed in Bhakti Yoga is only one. The meaning of this illustrated as follows. My sadhana is to serve the lotus feet of the Lord, to remember and glorify Him as instructed by my Guru. Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that how Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado. Same thing here it has been mentioned. It is my life sustaining medicine, for I cannot give up the sadhana and the sadhya. This is my most desirable object, my duty, and nothing else is my duty. Nothing else is desired, even in dreams. So he is saying not even in the dream also having any other desire. So that opens the door for the another sections also. Means their shelter is only one. There are 26 quality of the devotees. Among 26, one is Krishnaika Saranam. So exclusively shelter of the Krishna. That is the meaning here. There may be happiness or sorrow. Samsara may be destroyed or may not be destroyed. That is now no loss for me. Let there only be resolute intelligence fixed in pure bhakti. It is said, Tato bhajeta mam bhaktya श्रद्धालुर दृढ़ निश्चय. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.20.28. My devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and convictions. So when we will go to the 6 limbs of Saranagati, Anukulyasya Sankalpa, Pratikulyasya Varjanam, रक्षिष्यसि विश्वासो गोपेतृत्वर्णम तथा आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्य सद्विधि शरणागति. So they are fully accepting what is required for the favorable things and then rejecting what is giving the hindrance to achieve the goal. Their goal and object and then knowledge, all are the Krishna only. So in that sense, they will not accept anything which is hindering our Krishna consciousness. And being the full confident that Krishna will grant him protections and embracing Krishna's guardianship. So that is the meaning here, means with faith and convictions. So Rakshishyasi, the Viswaso, having the full faith that Krishna is my master and he will take care of that. The intelligence of other, however, is not eka. Those intelligence have many branches and thus the intellects and unlimited anantah rather than one. Because of the unlimited desires to fulfill in karma yoga, for instance, in Jnana Yoga, in order to purify the mind, one must, fix the intelligence on niskama karma. When the mind is purified, the intelligence then concentrates on giving up action, karma sannyasa. Next, the intelligence concentrates on jnana, knowledge, but the intelligence at that time must also concentrate on bhakti so that jnana does not become void of results. So it means practically applying vijnana. The intelligence then concentrate on giving up jnana, as the Lord says, Jnanam cha mai sannyasat. One should surrender such knowledge in order to attain me. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.19.1. Thus, the intelligence of minds concentrating on different objects are said to be infinite or many, and the types of differing sadhanas are also many, since karma, jnana, and bhakti must all be performed. So So this is the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. And same thing Prabhupada he is using in different way. So focus from the purport. He described the faith, definition of the faith. Strong faith means unflinching faith in something sublime. Strong faith that Krishna consciousness will elevate one to highest perfection of life. And this is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. And Srila Prabhupada has quoted from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shraddha Sabde Vishwas Kaye Suruddin Nischay. And faith means unflinching faith. One point, another point is he elaborates of the firm faith. It implies that one engaged in Krishna consciousness has no obligations. When someone is having the unflinching faith in something sublime, no obligations in material world, no longer endeavors of the fruitive actions. It means karma free. He will go back home, back to Godhead, and means he will purify, will become the pure and pure and pure. And then Krishna consciousness activities on absolute plane, no longer subject to any kind of dualities, good, bad, or whatever is there. It doesn't matter for him because everything is related to the Krishna. That is the focus on one. Krishna, Jnana, Geyam, and object. Jnanagamyam means goal. So in conclusion, firm faith implies renunciation of the material concept of life. Means their karta ahamiti manyate, and then environmentality that will be gone, and then highest perfection of Krishna consciousness will come up. And how to achieve such renunciation? Automatically by progressive Krishna consciousness. And how it will come? That by serving to the Guru. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. And then also Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur taken as a life air. And then foundation of the absolute determination is based knowledge of the soul. And then whole process unlimitedly dependent upon, ultimately dependent upon the perfect knowledge of the soul beyond conception of the body. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas, not theoretically, but it is prayer perfectly. Then only sense gratifications, fruity mentality, and so many whatever ism, all things will be gone. And that's why Srila Prabhupada has mentioned from the Srimad Bhagavad-Gita 7.19. Also he has given Vasudeva is the cause he is the knowledge. And then he is saying the watering to the root will satisfy all part of the plants. Means tree, whatever is there. And how it is possible? Best practice is service to the Krishna through service to the Guru. And Srila Prabhupada has mentioned that Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado Guru Ashtakam. And here, how it is possible? Through Guru? Because he knows the nature of the student. Lord Krishna, he says in Bhagavad Gita 4.13 that this Chaturvarnim Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. So that according to the Guna or Karma, this has been, society has been divided into 4 sections. 4 Varna and 4 Ashram, Varnashram Dharma Vyavastha. So Guru knows the psychophysical nature of the students. Accordingly, he gives the medicine. And then also he guide how to act in Krishna consciousness, knowing according to that guna, and then he will give, because we all are in the mode of, in the controlled by the modes. So mixed mode, rajoguna, satoguna, tamoguna, depending upon. So Guru will guide him according to their nature. And then one should act formally and take instructions as the life of mission in life, or life of the goal of the life, or in other sense also life heirs too. And then that person will not deviate, and then their branch means intelligence will be fixed into only one, Krishna. Guru gives Krishna, Krishna gives Guru. And in Bhagavad-Gita chapter 3, Lord Krishna says, perform your prescribed duties, for doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. So we have to work. But he's saying again, let me read the verse. It is very good to read it. 3:9. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो अन्यत्र लोको अयम कर्म बंधन तदर्थम कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संग समाचर. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free. And then in the same chapter 3, he is saying in the 30 verse, Mai sarvani karmani sananya swadhyatma chetasa. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your work unto me with full knowledge. Adhyatma chetasa means full knowledge of the self by consciousness, and without desire for profit, with no claim to proprietorship, and free from lethargy fight. So he's saying, in other sense, work for me, and then you will be free from the bondage, in other sense, and but apply your full knowledge and without any calculative analysis, in other sense. And Lord Krishna, he says in chapter 5, at the last verse 529, he says that Bhoktaram Yagitapsam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhirda Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Samtim Rachati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerity, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace and peace from the panj of material miseries. So knowing Krishna is the ultimate Bhokta, and he is the God of all demigods and all planet. He is the supreme personality of the Godhead. And he says in Chaturshloki verse also, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. So I am the source of everything spiritual and material. And those intelligent person he knows. And what he does, can anyone tell? He engages him in my devotional service. And then after that he gets the satisfactions, and he mm, relishes in that Krishna consciousness by serving. And that way Krishna start reciprocations also. He start the shining lamp of the knowledge from the heart, and then destroys all the ignorance in our heart. And how it is possible? By the mercy of the sadhu, guru, and otherwise it is not possible. And in Sadhu Sangastaka verse, it has been mentioned that what sadhu does, he is tolerant, merciful, friendly to all living entities. He is friendly and he is merciful, karunika. So he has no enemy, ajata satrava, shantah. So he is peaceful. And then also his sadhava, bhusadaha. So his characteristic are mm, divyam qualities, sublime. And what the sadhu does, he engages in the staunch devotional service of the Lord. For the sake of Lord, he renounces all of his connections, family and friends and all those things. So not the Sukadeva Goswami. Kapil Muni, he is saying to his mother, Mai ananya bhavena bhaktim kurvanti ye dridham. Mat kritte tyakta karmanasya tyasya swajana bandhava. So for my sake, they have given everything. And and then what he does after that, Madhasraya, he has taken the complete, exclusively shelter of the Lord Krishna. And what he does, Katham Rishtha Srinavanti Kathayanti Cha. So he is relishing in the Sravan and Kirtan, and then Tapanti Vividhatapas Net Chetas Madgat Chetasa. Netan Madgat Chesata means they are free from all material miseries, different kind of miseries, because their Chetasa, where there is consciousness, thought is fixed on Lord, and that's why they are free from that. And Lord Krishna is saying to do that one, to Arjuna, do it for me, and that way you will be karma free. So we should be very thankful to Srila Prabhupada that he brought us in Krishna consciousness. And he distributed freely to all of us and all over the world. Any comment or question? So Sadhu Sangha is most important. Then only we will be able to know what is right, what is wrong, and how to be karma free, and then will be free from the bondage of our karma.
So you were quoting that verse, Tesham evanukampartamaham ajnanajam tama nashayamyatma bhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata, right?
Correct.
So it says that to show them special mercy, I dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, like for a pure devotee, Krishna, where does he say that?
Let me open the verse.
Yeah, he says the pure devotee always has Krishna within his heart, and with the presence of Krishna is just like the sun, the darkness of ignorance is at once dissipated. This is a special mercy rendered to the pure devotee by Krishna. But is that done for someone who's not a pure devotee also, if he's a sincere?
Yeah, it is. He is a sincere. I got your question because that is for the pure devotee. Then
yeah, many times it says pure devotee in this purport,
Correct, correct. So if you are like trying to make a garland, then you are poking the needle through the flower, but it goes petal by petals, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it means it is not going, but it goes straight, poked all the way, but going through the petal by way. So someone is achieving to the Krishna consciousness without any problem, he is progressing, then that person will also consider to be pure devotee because he has no other interest. He is having interest in Krishna. That's why he is progressing towards that directions. And then also, I mentioned that Guru's what he does. He also engages disciple according to his psychophysical nature. So that's why I quoted from the Sadhu Sangastaka. Their aim is to talk about the Krishna, and he give freely to the others. He don't have any enemy, but other people can be inimical to him in Kali Yuga. So he guides, and someone who is taking guidance and taking as a life air or a soul of the life of the soul, whatever you can say it, and then mission of the life, then that person will be also considered as a pure, and then he will achieve the Lord. And it goes progressively. It has been mentioned progressive Krishna consciousness. So it means there is a realization. So Vijnana is there. That is the practical applications. Applying the soul. And what is the practical applications? Jivero Swarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas. So we are the servant of the Lord. Soul's duty is to serve to the super soul. Under the guidance, able guidance, authority.
Mm-hmm. And there is that other word, right? I will carry what they lack.
Yeah. Yoga Chema Bahamyam. Chapter 9.
Yeah, which verse is that?
I think around 30, I think close to 30.
Which chapter?
Chapter 9.
Chapter 9, okay. Yeah.
27, I think.
27.
Somewhere close to 30, I am sure.
I can't seem to find it.
Okay, 31. He quickly
31.
achieved, yeah. No.
No, it's not 31.
Chipram Bhavati Maha.
It's so carry what they lack. Wonderful. Hmm. I can't seem to find it. Can do a search.
Yeah, 922, I think. 922.
Search. That's search.
Ananyashintayanto mam ye jana uparyopasane tesam nityabhyuktanam yogachema vahamyam. 922. I thought it
932.
22.
22.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking.
found it. 922.
Those who always worship me with exclusive devotion meditate on my transcendental form. To them, I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. So there's a lot of hopeful statements Krishna makes.
Correct, correct. That is the hope for us.
That if you
And,
sincerely desire, he will help you.
and also have the hope in the sadhu's word also, Guru's word, that he is the representative of Krishna and then he is the authority. He will take us to the back to home, back to Godhead.
The exclusive devotion.
Yeah, exclusive devotion.
Well, then comes all those 6 limbs of Sharanagati, which says the same thing, right?
So these are the slow means that's why it is able guidance is required, and it has to be bona fide authority, so that he can give the what is right, what is wrong, and Guru knows the psychophysical nature, so that he can engage. He is expert. In other sense, he is expert. Able guidance means expertise. So what thing is required, he will engage that way. And that will come to the Krishna consciousness only. So he will try to connect us. No problem, we cannot go anywhere in other sense. Any other question or comment? Okay, so we should India. I wanted to say something also, but I think I covered it. But what I had thought that, oh, already I covered that. Krishnaika Sarana, 26 qualities of the devotees. So that based on that, only one quality, Krishnaika Sarana, other 25 quality rest upon that. So only one quality is required. And then in Kali Yuga, we all are qualityless in other sense, full of the sinner. So we have the sinful qualities, but if we can develop only one quality, Krishnaika Sarana, then we will have the other 26, means 25 qualities also. and that will come. Faith comes from the faith. So sadhu he gives, he strengthens our faith, and then gradually we progresses in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so we will end here. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yeah, thank you, bro.
Okay, Mataji. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo namo namo Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Jagat Guru Sri Prabhupada ki jai,
Bhagavad Gita
ki
ki
jai,
Ramananda Prabhu ki jai.
All Vaishnav
Hare
Vrinda
Krishna,
ki
everyone.
jai.
Hare Krishna.